Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today I want to talk about those big emotional reactions that we have when we are believing, when we have a circumstance in our 3D reality that appears as if we are not getting our manifestation. And we have big reactions to that. We have big feelings around that. So, first of all, I want to just acknowledge that whatever you're feeling is okay. And that's just the feeling that you have about this circumstance. And you can have that feeling and still get your manifestation, no matter what it is. And so if you're feeling like upset, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling hurt, if you're feeling just really emotional, all along the scale, no matter what that emotion is, you can have that emotion and still get your manifestation. Now, very often what we get confused is that initial pain, that initial grief, that initial anger, that feeling is that we translate that feeling into having some sort of meaning or story attached to it that is not what that feeling inherently means, right? So, like, if you're manifesting something and you have something happen in your 3D reality, so let's use, for example, that you find out your specific person went on a date with someone else. And you're manifesting this person and you're really excited about them and you've been talking, but you find out that they've gone on a date with someone else and you have an initial feeling of hurt, a painful feeling in your chest. That's how I feel when I get hurt. You might feel it somewhere else in your body, and that's up to you to know. And you experience that emotion. And from that moment where you have that hurt, that pain, that is just your reaction to finding out that information. And that reaction is fine. Now, most people, myself included, don't enjoy pain. Don't enjoy that feeling of being hurt, having our feelings hurt because of some sort of 3D circumstance. I don't like that. Most people don't like that. Now, but the next thing that people very often do, and it happens so quickly, and it can even contribute to that pain feeling, is that they combine that pain feeling with a story that because your specific person went on a date with someone else, that you're not going to get your manifestation. You might even extrapolate that a little further, depending on what story you really are telling yourself. That maybe you're telling yourself something like, you're not lovable, your specific person isn't interested in you, that sort of thing. And those are just compounding that hurt feeling, and you're trying to convince yourself of something that is working against your manifestation. And it's just unnecessary. Like, it's not that those things are necessarily going to hold up your manifestation or stop you from getting your manifestation. They will if you develop that into something you believe and you stop working on your manifestation, then that will be where it will stop. But if you continue to work on it, then you're good. You can still have those thoughts in that story, initially, as long as you're willing to pivot back and change it, right? But we often feel like this one solitary moment of circumstance is the whole story. Like, we project that into the future, into how this will unfold. When we don't have to do that. We can stop ourselves from doing that and really just say, okay, this is what I know happened. I know my specific person went on a date with someone else. And then you have that moment of pain. That pain is fine. It can be there. And then what you need to do is figure out what your next steps internally inside yourself are going to be for your life and yourself. So you could turn to self-love here. I think that's a great idea. You could also just turn to your regular manifesting practice. You don't have to convince yourself that this date didn't happen. You don't have to convince yourself of anything other than what you believe to be true and what you're manifesting. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that one, you can have an emotional reaction. You can have an emotion. You're going to have emotions. We're emotional beings. And that is fine. What you don't want to do is live into the story where this emotional reaction means something about what the future actually is in fact. Because the fact really is that we don't know how the future will unfold, and we are selecting it now. And so what you want to do now is select what you want in your future, regardless of whatever circumstance happened today that created some sort of painful feeling in you. That's what I wanted to share with you today. With that, may you soothe yourself and then manifest exactly what you want. That's all for tonight. I'll talk to you tomorrow.